back to the channel, Cars from A to Zemer. Today I'm going to talk about something we had alluded to in an earlier episode, that there's another vehicle that's sharing the garage with Dylan's truck. And this is my 1972 Corvette that I bought almost 10 years ago now as an unfinished project, and I have finally gotten to a point where I can do some stuff. I had originally, when I got this, I was going to have it done within 2 years. I'm going to have it done within two years, and as most of you know, life gets in the way. So it's sat. I was able to do a few things, but nowhere near what I wanted to, of course. And I'll go through the things that I have done. But first, let me give you a little bit of an overview. I think I mentioned that I bought this as an unfinished project. The prior owner that I bought it from did excellent work on what had been done so far. He had actually taken the body off the frame, refurbished the frame and suspension, ran all new lines, and then he got a job transfer and couldn't take the car with him. So he put it up for sale, and I found it on one of the Corvette forums, and the rest is history. It's originally Ontario orange with a saddle interior. It is what was known at the time as a base model Corvette, which meant no high horsepower. Not that there was much horsepower in 1972 anyway. But it originally had the 350 with a turbo 400, and at the time the 350 was putting out 200 horsepower and I think 300 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm sure it got around, but not as fun as it's going to be. And actually some modifications were done to it before I got it all. I'll go into those too. But originally what I wanted as a dream Corvette, of course, was a 67 big block 4-speed, and got rapidly priced out of the market for that one. If you hear any whining in the background, that's my Rottweiler who's acting like I'm deserting her. I'll show you her in a few minutes. She's the unofficial shop dog, but she's upset that I'm keeping her out of the garage itself right now while I'm doing this. But her name is Layla, and she needs to stay back and be a good girl. Yes, I'm talking to you. Let me show you real quick. This is the dog who just won't be quiet while Dad's trying to do some stuff. Yeah, I know, it's too bad. Anyway, back to the video. Let me get set up here again. I do have some video and pictures of when I first got it, and hopefully we'll get those found where they are on the web somewhere, and get them linked in this. Show you a few things that happened. Anyway, my dream car was originally a 67, like I said before, but those are now costing more than my house, so yeah. This was my second choice, was a C3, and it being a 72 is the last of the fully chrome bumper cars. So it's got a lot of advantages over the C2. I love the looks of the C2, but you can't put much of a tire under it. And I like to go around corners. So I'm ultimately happy that I did get a C3, because you can put a decent sized tire. I'm going to run 255 60-15s all the way around, because I'm old school. And my original thought was that I was going to put a big block with a 4-speed in this. But then again, life made some decisions for me, and at least for right now, I'm going to go back with the Born With 350, and I'm going to compromise by doing a manual transmission swap, which I've already started some of the process of that. The car being an automatic, of course, I had to change out the pedals, and that's already been done. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. And the main reason I did the pedal almost immediately was this car had no brakes hooked up when I received it. He was in the middle of doing that. So all the parts were there. I just had to assemble it and put the new pedal assembly in so I could actually actuate the brakes. And one of the good things about this is, with the car being so far apart, I didn't have the normal problems that you would run into doing contortions and car yoga, trying to get under the dash. The dash is out of the way, which I'll show you that in a little bit too. But ultimately, I would like to get the big block in it, but it's not in the cards right now. Give you some of the options on the car. Whoever had originally ordered it ordered a lot of stuff I really liked. The only thing it doesn't have that I would have liked, I think, is power door locks. At least I haven't been able to find the parts for that. I don't think I'll worry too much about that, because all you have to do is worry about unlocking 2 doors on these. It does have power windows, which I'm ecstatic about. I just like them. And it does have power steering. It's got tilt and telescoping steering on it, which I'm really happy about it. Of course, being a 72, it's got the removable rear window, and being a hardtop or coupe, it's got the T-top. I'm sure Layla's letting me know a cat's invading our neighborhood. The T-tops, of course, are just sitting on there. A lot of things are just sitting on here, including the front end. That's one of the things that I need to do. It'll probably be one of the first things that's done, with needing to have the right temperature for all the chemicals to set up. I'm going to have to rebond the front end on this. The prior owner had unbonded it to do some repairs on the bird cage, which are taken care of, and he did very well. But again, was interrupted in the middle of doing everything with his job transfer, so I received it with it unbonded. Now, I've never done anything like that, and I think I mentioned before that I'm not a professional body man, never been trained in it. Almost everything is self-taught. I have one friend of mine, which I don't know if I've got his permission to mention, so I won't. He's been a mentor to me, and he's got some definite suggestions on this. Oh, back to Ontario orange, which is a wonderful color. It really is. But I'm a little masochistic, so I'm going to be painting this black. And it's going to have a red interior, ultimately. But yeah, trying to build my dream car, so I've had to make a few compromises, but I don't think color is going to be one of those. Of course, with the low hood clearance on Corvettes, I'm probably going to have to be putting an LED hood scoop on this so I can fit the intake manifold that I have. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later with the engine combination. Let's go ahead and take the camera off the stand, and I'll move around a little bit and give you a little closer view on what some of the things have been done. Anyway, like I had talked about before, the front end is just sitting on there loose, and there's also some parts that are cracked, and I don't think the prior owner did that. I think it was due to accident damage. But you can see that needs to be bonded together. This is going to need to be bonded together. Now, to really do it right, this is part of the inner fender, and it should be replaced, which I'm considering. And we can see how things go. Initially, I'm going to try repairing things and learn what I can off that. But if for some reason the repair isn't satisfactory to me, I will go ahead and replace the inner fender. One of the things that was done that just really, and it wasn't the prior owner that did this, somebody in the past had done this, but on the C3 Corvettes, it is very common. There's a support bar that I don't know if I can get in and show. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Anyway, that's the support bar that is riveted to the body to support the pop-up headlights opening. Hi, sorry to end on such a cliffhanger, but turns out for the time being I'm restricted to 15-minute videos on YouTube. So I'm going to chop this one up, and you'll have 2 more segments to look forward to, which I'll get them to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your patience.